were in like a little, like our punk scene in Seattle was really mostly, I guess what now is kind of referred to as like shoegazer kind of, and then also just like straight up like hardcore, like kind of like in a straight edge hardcore kind of a sense. So those were sort of like the two polar ends of the punk scene. We were involved in that stuff and we were, like engaged in what was going on, but we kind of decided that we wanted to start a band that was just like a punk band from before it was called punk or whatever, kind of no guitar solos, like Dead Boys-y kind of a rock and roll band.
We used to come to the Troubadour. We used to come to the Troubadour, and I liked it very much. It felt like an honor to be in the Troubadour, and it still feels like an honor.
And there was a lot of sort of like romanticizing other places. Like, I grew up in Seattle. Derek was more like Central and Northern California. From where I was, everywhere was more romantic than where I lived. We're just doing our thing where we live. We were responding to something locally. Like, we didn't do anything original. We weren't trying to be original. But we were trying to differentiate ourselves from what our peers were doing at that moment. Not in a confrontational way, not like to diss the bands that were around. There were a lot of really wonderful, inspiring bands, but we wanted to just do something else.
I feel like we discovered a lot of music at the same time. Like, there were a lot of records that all of us, like you go through phases and you discover new shit and you're usually by yourself. And in this band, I think that a lot of that was all of us discovering at the same time and then being like, ooh, we're going to write like this, or we're going to, like kind of trailing off, just kind of bouncing around these sort of different inspirational records, that a lot of it involved like New York and
also, you make a couple records and then you listen to them and you're like, oh, fuck, some of this shit's embarrassing or whatever. So some of it we can hold on to, but some of it just got to let it go and then see what happens. Also, you just improve musically. I mean, we weren't like, people got better at their instruments. And that makes a difference also, because then you're capable of, you can achieve things that are in your imagination a little bit better.
I would like to thank Brixton for having me.